I had an interesting conversation actually with a mate of mine. We were talking about how anchor points and the number of anchor points in your life can really, if you imagine you as a as a boat or a ship, if you're in stormy seas, if you've got lots of anchor points, whether it be through your social, personal, family, work, commercial environments, if you've got lots of anchor points, if one of those anchor points gets broken, so, if you have a problem with either work or a friendship, if one of those anchor points snaps, the rest of them take the strain. So the boat doesn't get chucked around too much whilst you repair it or start a new one. If you've only got a few anchor points, that boat gets thrown about all over the place and quite violently. And, I've often seen this when people haven't got a lot of anchor points. If they lose one of their few anchor points, that's when life can get really wobbly. So, as I say, I'm a great believer.
A really good analogy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a really good analogy of stuff. Yeah.
Well, I've learned this. This is, with a lot of other things that come with old age or older age, the grey hairs. The things that I've learned. Sometimes easy, sometimes hard ways. They're invaluable life lessons, and a lot of them I've gleaned from just speaking to like-minded loons, and often going for walks. And I use I call it mountain medicine, and I just find the getting out into Mother Nature. I'm blessed with the fact that I'm only an hour's drive, and I'm in the heart of Snowdonia. And I try and get out, at least twice, sometimes three, if I can manage 4 times a month. And it's just nice. I can't read books. My son got diagnosed with ADHD after about 3 years. And for me, that was a curtain lifting moment, not just for him, but actually for me as well. It was all of a sudden, oh, that's why my brain works that way. That's why I'm good in a crisis.
To be honest, I think I know where you're coming from there with my son and daughter with autism and well, my daughter's not been diagnosed with autism or ADHD, but she's on the waiting list, and assessment is actually next month.
Oh, right,
So
cool.
yeah, it's it's a very long process of actually going through an assessment, isn't it?
It is, and it's
Us older ones now there's a waiting list. Now there's so much awareness of autism, ADHD. People can get tested. People can go on the waiting list and get tested. But us older ones now, we probably feel like as if, what's the point? Us older ones, we sort of feel like as if, oh yeah, come on, our son and daughters perhaps have it, so perhaps we've had it. That's how I feel. But I feel the same. I feel like as if we've passed it on. And my son is nonverbal autistic, and he's just, yeah, he's taught me so much.
Yeah.